response to the diverse ways that our customers like to travel, we've developed a new series of tours called Cultural Breaks. These will involve the tour director's expert knowledge, but with more free time allocated to make the tour your own. I think the advantage of the independence in a cultural break is that you can really make the tour your own. So in the allocated free time, if you want to have some leisure time and just bask in the sun in Luxor, you're free to do so. Or maybe if you're in Vienna and you still have that thirst for knowledge, you can continue on to more popular sites. We've been working really closely with the tour directors on these tours, and I think they're really excited to share them with you.
I think people's attitudes towards travelling, they have changed. And I mentioned Prague before. In 1999, there were some people who travelled to Prague independently, but on the whole, there were very few of them around. And the world has changed. Everybody has a smartphone. It's not difficult to work out which tram to get on, which metro line to get on. There are taxi apps, and all these sort of things have made it much easier for people to be independent. And I think the cultural break is, in fact, at the right response at this point to say, well, we're not trying to cover everything here. I've sidelined some of the main sites because they're obvious. You just go to TripAdvisor or something, top 10 sites to see in Vienna, and they'll be there. And of course, the idea is that as I'm still there, so I will still say to people, now is a good time to go here, to go there. But the visits that we do as a group, and where I will be guiding, those visits are special visits that have to be specially arranged, or alternatively that you may not have thought of, even reading the guidebooks and so on. And that is again where the in-depth knowledge comes in.
We've intentionally based our cultural breaks in city centres with a rich cultural heritage and are really well connected with public transport. So we'll make more use of this when visiting in groups, and also it will allow you to access sites when visiting independently. During group visits, the tour director will provide expert knowledge and insight that you can then take with you when exploring separately. During the allocated free time, our tour staff will remain on hand to advise you on things to see, places to go, and where to dine.
I had a lot of fun designing these ones because they're based only in one city. You get to see a lot more of that city than you would if it was included in a longer tour where you've got to, fit in a couple of different places in that time. So it was a chance to really sit there and go, okay, what can we see in 3-4 days? And the answer is so much. So it's then kind of cutting it back and deciding what are the big things. And then the great thing about the cultural break is, yes, we put the big ticket stuff on the itinerary, but then you've also got the free time to go and do the stuff that didn't quite make it onto the itinerary, but was so close. So there was so much that didn't make it onto the itinerary that I can then suggest for people to go see. So in Luxor, I've built in a day trip to Dendera, which is not normally on tours, but I love it. It's the Hathor Temple, and it has got some of the most beautiful coloured ceilings. I hope you like the colour blue because it's everywhere. And it's just stunning. And you can also see in this temple the restoration work that they've done. So all of the soot and everything from kind of the continued use of the temple has blackened the ceiling, and they have spent a long time cleaning it, but they've left a section of it so you can see the before and the after, which also gives you a sense of how these monuments are being preserved, the archaeological work that's going on.
Well, we'll be going to see a particular gallery. I'm thinking of the gallery of the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, for example. It's a fantastic little gallery, fantastic works of art. Nobody ever goes there. It just doesn't occur to anybody to go there. So that all other places which are difficult to get to, or where you need special arrangements made, like the palaces of the Prince of Liechtenstein, for example, which you enter into a different world, but you can't just do that off the street. So that is sort of my plan for this cultural break.
Yeah, so it was another person on the archaeological dig that I was on at the time that recommended this scarf shop. Yeah, it supports local crafts. craftspeople. So the weavers, they make the scarves, and then they're sold in this little shop just around the corner from the Luxor souk, and they're beautiful. I think I've got 2 or 3 of their scarves, and I routinely wear them. I bring them back to Egypt almost every time. It's so helpful to have a scarf. And yeah, it's just this very small little shop, but absolutely covered in scarves, like top to ceiling. And I personally like it because it feels like you're giving back to the community when you travel. And that's really important to me. I don't just want to visit Egypt. I want to, you know, have a good impact when I go. So I always try to go back there when I can and pick up another scarf.